everybody, what's going on? This is your boy DrkBLADExx, the Dark and Forces Gaming Network, aka Black Hawk Division Leader for DCUO. What's going on? What's good, you pippin'? Let's get it. First and foremost, shout out and rest in peace to PS3's DCUO support. DCUO is closing on PS3 at the end of the month. Sorry to see it go, but you really can't progress when you're shackled down by something that's obsolete. Alright guys, in this video we're going to talk about the attack of the Anti-Monitor, the anniversary event, what's new with the event mostly. So I'll be showing off the new solo, I'll be talking about a few things that are new, and also show you something that you can still do, even though some people say you can't, but you still can do it, because this is a scaled up event. But for right now, let's talk about what's new. I'm pretty much read this word for word, you guys can just pause it and read yourself, or you guys can listen to me, whatever you guys want to do. I know people are sometimes busy, sometimes you don't really have time to watch a video, sometimes you're exercising or jogging and you just want to hear like a podcast or something like that, so whatever you guys need to do, go ahead. Attack of the Anti-Monitor Anniversary Event. The Anniversary Event is back, featuring open world missions, the Centennial Collapse Raid, a new daily solo mission / instance, and a ton of new feats, styles, and rewards. Open your mission journal and look for Monitoring the Situation, or QWO for the Centennial Collapse, in the on-duty menu to get started. Here's what's new this year. New solo mission / instance, A World Past Hope and Fear. A mysterious portal has appeared nearby and researchers have gone missing. It's up to you to investigate just where exactly this portal leads and what's become of the missing researcher. Look for the mission in the antimatter invasion zone. New styles, base items, or new styles and base items. Unlock a new style-only gear set inspired by Fracture, the original Exabyte enhanced superhero. Look for the Exabyte boost style in the vendor for quartering crowns. Enhanced version of the style can be crafted with recipes also found in the vendor. Discover new collections for a title and a new Fourth World New God aura. Find new Brainiac-inspired base items. Alright guys, for those of you guys who don't know who Fracture is, Fracture, just like I said, is the original Exabyte enhanced superhero. He was the very first person to get enhanced by exabytes. I don't know if you guys remember the cutscene originally when you first start a character and make the game. You see Lex Luthor teleport to the Watchtower and talk to Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. That was a pretty much high quality cutscene right there, and there is another one that's only online, it's not in the game. But if you look for it, it tells about the story about what happened before Lex Luthor came to the Watchtower. It featured Batman, featured Lex Luthor, and Fracture. It tells about that and what happened to him. So you guys can check out that. Next, we're going to look at the images of the Exabyte in boost style inspired by Fracture, and also look at the the Fourth World New Gods aura. Besides the Brainiac-inspired base items, we have a new base item based on Superman's pet dog. New base pet, Crypto. Adopt a new base pet, Crypto. Make sure to pick up his doggy food bowl and bed to keep him comfortable in your base or lair. Available in the vendor for quartering crowns. And we're going to show a better picture than this of it too. New artifacts and artifact equipment slots. 3 new artifacts launched with the anniversary event. Complete the events corner mission, monitoring the situation, and you'll be able to choose any of the Dree as your reward. All Dree can also be available from John Constantine in the headquarters, whether Watchtower or Hall of Doom. Alright, so one of them is Scrap of the Soul Cloak. Stats give you power, health, and might. Soul Tap is a passive, increases maximum supercharge regeneration, and reduces supercharge ability cooldowns. Legionnaire Sparring AI. Stats, precision, health, and dominance. Predictive Counter-Strike. Passive. Countering an enemy grants CC immunity and a precision and weapon damage buff for a short time. Parasite Power Harness. Stats, vitalization, health, and power. Power Destruction. It's a passive. Hitting an enemy with a controller debuff increases your group's power, or group member's power and precision for a short time. This stacks with each type of controller debuff on the target. Please note, shortly after an anniversary event has begun, we'll launch a second artifact equipment slot, and this will allow you to equip 2 artifacts at the same time and reap the combined benefits. The second artifact equipment slot is not yet enabled. So now let's go in depth on exactly what these artifacts are. Our first artifact is Scrap of the Soul Cloak. If you guys look down there, you can see at each milestone what benefits you get stat-wise. What this one does is it increases your supercharge regeneration, decreases the cooldown of your supercharge, and increases your supercharge bar so you can have more of a supercharge. This is one that is focused greatly for anybody that uses a supercharge, no matter what role you are. This is great, and I'm definitely going to be rocking this in my loadouts. This is amazing. Alright, now let's go on. This next one is called Legionnaire Sparring AI. This is for anybody that's a weapons expert damage and also a tank. You guys can see each milestone for what stats you get up there. If you guys want to, you can just pause and read. This is really good for a weapons expert. I really like this. As far as the tank goes, it's also great, although I think it could be a bit better. I mean, you know, nothing OP, because no artifacts OP, but I think it could be a bit better for tank, but for what it does, I like it, and I'm definitely going to rock this on my tank. And last but not least is our Parasite's Power Harness. This one is, I like it. I'm impressed with this. I mean, a lot of people aren't, but then again, maybe if I was a full-time troll, I would not be impressed with this. But for what it does, basically, every time you debuff an enemy, you get power back based on the vitalization you have, and you also give that to all your group members. No, and I think that's really, really great. However, I realize that most people in the game spec power. With that being said, I'm going to post this up here. You guys can read along there. I'm going to pretty much skim it, though. Most people spec power, so they're not really going to be impressed by this. Basically, what's going on is when you use this move, and you say you, for instance, what he says, let's say you're using the defense debuff. You debuff an enemy, you debuff the next enemy, you debuff the next enemy. Let's say you just debuff everybody on the board, right? You think that would be like a great increase in your power based on your VAT, right? No. You're using the same debuff, so you get nothing, really. You only get the one buff because you're using one debuff. If you want to get more of a buff, you're going to have to use multiple debuffs. And with most people, most trolls, they're not going to have room to have multiple debuffs in their loadout. However, some powers will have room for that. That's just how the powers go. They're different from each other. And for what it is, I'm really appreciative of this, and I think it's still great. Now, it would be more impressive if it was based on power instead of vitalization, but I still like it for what it is. It's pretty impressive to me. And next I'm going to post this other guy who also agrees along with what I'm saying, and this is the main reason why I'm saying it. My best troll is my Quantum, and for Quantum, the Supercharged Regenerator is also a healing debuff. So, you know, in that loadout and that power set, I can easily have more debuffs than the next person. So for me, having something like that is great. But for other power sets, I can understand why it's not that big of a thing. Especially if, like I said, you're stacking more power than vitalization. Right, I'm posting this comment because this pretty much says everything that I was saying about artifacts when they first came out. They're great and amazing, but it's not supposed to be game changing. It's not supposed to be like, you know, if you want to win, you have to have this artifact or a artifact. Now, it was never supposed to be anything like that. So basically, what he's saying is, I'm a controller who is spec'd into power more than vitalization, and I have no complaints about the new artifact. Artifacts aren't designed to make a game-changing difference to an individual's performance in a raid. I can already perform my role in the latest elite content with one artifact, so why would I rush to complain about the effectiveness of a second? So that's pretty much mirrors everything I've been saying about artifacts. There's a lot to say on this right here, so we're going to read it first. Updates and adjustments. A variety of adjustments have been made to the event based on feedback from last year. Centennial Collapse. The Centennial Collapse raid has been changed from a daily lockout to a weekly lockout. Currency rewards and replay costs have been adjusted to match the lockout change. Reduce crowd control from anti-monitor. Reduce health on antimatter shards and anti-monitor. Reduce Cordians protecting antimatter shards. Vendor. Vendor costs have been reduced, includes last year's rewards and this year's rewards. Last year's anti-monitor gear has had its maximum item level increased to item level 192. Open world solo missions can now be replayed. Cordian crowns are now available in the marketplace like any other seasonal event currency. The updated event is available now for everybody in-game. Log in today to stop the anti-monitor. Alright, so there's a couple things already I'm reading this and I'm like, okay, great. And then there's some things I'm reading and it's like, oh boy. For instance, I don't like the fact that the raid, the Centennial Collapse, is now a weekly lockout. That was one of the few things in the game that gave you a lot of seasonal coins besides Purse Emerge, which is still a weekly lockout. However, and this is something I noticed. Alright, the first 2 days that I've done the event, everything was a daily lockout. Everything. Now come today, which is the third day, now everything's back to where it's supposed to be at. Maybe that was a bug or something and they fixed it, but now Purse Emerge is back to being a weekly thing, and the raid is back to being also a weekly thing. But, you know what I'm saying? Because I read this when they announced it. And I was like, oh, okay, it's a weekly thing or whatever. So I go in there the first 2 days and I'm like, I haven't had to replay batch anything, but I'm still getting rewards and stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not going to tell them anything. I'm not going to say anything. Here comes the third day. Now this has a lockout. Now that has a lockout. I'm like, okay, finally they fixed it. But for those first 2 days, I swear there was not a lockout in anything. But anyway, as I was saying, I am not happy about the raid having a lockdown. That's where you get most of your coins from. And I'm also not happy on the fact that it costs the same price as an actual raid, so you might as well just wait the week and so. Especially since that seems to be where everybody's getting their collections from. The raid. Unless you're going to the broker. But yeah. There's a lot more I could say on this and other things, but I'm gonna say, hey, so far, besides that, I'm quite happy with how everything's reading, because the new items and styles have had their prices decreased a little bit, and the new style especially is really cheap. There's 20 for everything. Each piece is 20. So I'm liking that. With that being said, I'd like to hear you guys' opinions on everything so far, so leave something in the comment section below, and I will be sure to read them and get back to you guys. For now, let's head over and look at the new daily solo.
will not stand in the way of my vengeance.
Hey, what's up?
Catch me if you can, chumps. Johnny's too quick for you.
And that was the new daily solo instance. When you guys fought the boss, you kind of feel like you guys were fighting like a version of yourself, or maybe someone that was just on the same level as your own character? Because that was the impression that I got from it, but maybe I'm just looking too much into it. Anyway, what did you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below, and also let me know what you guys thought about everything that's new this year for this event. Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to read those and love to reply back to you guys. Besides that, let's move on to our next topic. Dark Knight Metal emblems. Where are they at? Where are they at? They were in the game, but they're gone now. What's going on? I've heard so many things about this. All I can say right now is this. This is what I know for certain. They are not in the game. They are not in the game. A rumor going around is that on the 11th, look for something new is going to be added. Is those the emblems? Who knows? I don't know. But around 11th, that is a rumor that something's going to be added. That's all I can say. So when are they coming back? I don't know. Are they coming back? Yes, I do know that. What form will they come back in? I have no idea, but I do have a guess. And that's based on just what DCUO has been doing. I think they're going to come back in the form of time capsules. But that's just a rumor, that's just a guess, I don't know. What I can say is this, guys. They're not in the game right now, but they will come back. However, if you guys keep coming back and checking out the description of this video, I will let you know any new information I get on them as soon as I find it. So keep checking back and reading the description of this video, and I will let you guys know everything I know about Dark Knight Metal emblems. Alright, besides that, the last topic I want to talk about is what one of my subscribers has asked me about 2 or 3 months ago. He was watching the video Holding the Line. That's where you have to get rid of the shadow demons without letting any of them get absorbed. And he said, in your video, you talked about how using Big Gun was a really big help for anybody that had munitions. It was a one-shot to groups of ads, including shadow demons. Big Gun right now, after revamp, isn't doing anything in the nature of what it used to do. It is really subpar. Is it even usable anymore? And the answer is yes, it's still usable. It still does everything it used to do. And that's because it's a scaled up event. It's a scaled up event, that's why Big Gun is useful. Unlike in the actual game where you use it and it's not doing anything. Okay, so this is what you need to know about it first. Is it useful still? Yes, but it does have some shortcomings. One shortcoming is, just like before, it's a 50-50 deal. It's either going to do a one-shot to the enemy or it's not. What I've noticed, what I've noticed so far is that when I was doing tests of this, it was either doing one-shot kill or was taking only 90% of the life away. So it's either one. It's either instant kill or 90% of the life is gone. I've noticed that about, I want to say 60% of the time it's been an instant kill, and about 40% of the time it's been about only 90% of the life bar is gone. So it's up to you whether you still want to use it. Another thing is, before revamp, it was a 50% supercharge, so you would get 2 shots off out of a full supercharge bar. If you really knew how to manage your stuff, you'd probably be able to get 3 shots off, which is me and some of my friends have been doing, in one run. However, after revamp, it is a 100% supercharge. That means you're only going to get 1 shot off. So do you want to have a move in your loadout bar knowing that you're only going to get 1 shot off? That's up to you. I'll leave that to you. It's still viable, it's still usable. However, it's a one-time deal. Do you want it taking up a spot in your loadout? Completely up to you. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you guys off with a couple of videos of me using Big Gun. I've been testing it out. As you guys can see right here, I've been testing it out and using it. It is a one-shot, but these videos are times when it wasn't a one-shot. So both these videos right here are times when it wasn't. You guys can see how much of the health bar is left. So is it still viable to use? Yes. Because it's just a 10% of the health still left, so it's still viable to use. But do you want something that's not going to do an instant kill in your loadout bar? Taking out space in your loadout bar, you know? That you can only use one time? Completely up to you. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this video. This is your boy DrkBLADExx of Dark Enforcers Gaming Network, aka Black Hawk Division Leader for DCUO. Dark Enforcers, Darkness Rises, holla. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to try and put up a lot of videos. And also, for anything on Dark Knight's metal emblems, remember to check out the description below. Thanks for watching.